Hello and welcome everyone to today's tutorial on learning C++ from the scratch. In today's tutorial, we are going to talk about the third type of a loop in C++, which we call the for loop. And I would assume that you already know how normal while loop work, where we discussed before that most of the time when we use while loop, we provide our computer three information. The first one is the initial value, which is this one, int I equal to 1. The second information is the condition, which specify until when are we going to keep repeating our code. And finally, the third information is the update, which change the variable and maybe increase it or decrease it in each loop. So most of the time, we provide the loop with these three information. And as you can see over here, when we use our while loop, we write it in different spots and different line. The first information is the first line, the second one is in the second line inside this bracket, and the third one is here in the fourth line. But using for loop, we are going to provide these three information in one line between a bracket, as you can see over here. So that's the main difference only between the while loop and for loop, where as you can see, when we do this, the code is easier to read and more cleaner and even shorter. So now let's apply this to our block code and see how it's work. Okay, as you can see over here, we have a normal while loop, and if we run our program, what you will see is that this program print numbers from 1 to 5. Now let's try to do the same thing but using a for loop. Now, to use a for loop, we simply need to type for and then open a bracket. And now, as we discussed before, inside this bracket, we are going to provide the for loop with the three information that most of the time we provide it with while loop. The first one is the initial value, which is this one over here. So we are going to put the initial value in this bracket over here and then end it with semicolon, as you can see over here. Like after providing it with initial value, we end it with semicolon. Secondly, we provide it with the condition. So we are going to copy the condition and put it, and then end it also with semicolon. And finally, we put the update here. So now we provide our for loop with three information, the initial value, the condition, and the update. And between them, what's separate between these three information is the semicolon over here. And now we open a curly bracket and just put between this curly bracket the process that we want to repeat. And in this case, what we want to repeat is printing the I value that change in every loop. So we are going to put the process over here. And now let's delete this one and see what is the output of this for loop. Is it similar to the while loop or not? As you can see, it's similar to our while loop. And similarly, if we want to change the output instead of from 1 to 5 and make it from 1 to 10, we just need to change the condition to 10 and run our program again. And as you can see, it print 1 to 10. And yeah, that's simply the difference between for loop and while loop. And I wish that was clear. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time.